In today's episode, we are back working on and modifying my 2003 TB48 Nissan GU Patrol. We've got a bunch of cool modifications to do to it, including bar work, brand new 35s and wheels, big suspension upgrades, and some awesome fresh gauges. Proudly supported by Opus Campers, Ultimate 9, Tread, Superior Engineering, GME, and in part by. First job we are jumping into is installing the new Dashi Eclipse 270-degree freestanding awning on the GU. These awnings are quick and easy to set up, pack up, and even come with inbuilt lighting. We got it mounted up onto the front runner roof rack using the front runner awning brackets I already had, and I was pretty surprised at how well it fitted and sat up there. It didn't look too bulky on the car at all. So super stoked with that. I reckon we'll take it outside now, set it up. First a look.
Mate, you gonna be able to set this up yourself or what?
I don't know, I've never set one up. I have zero idea how it works.
Oh, mate.
So. And then, so you go that way, then there's another one that'll come around the front here.
Yeah.
It opens up and pulls out super quick and easy. Very nice looking awning, lots of space under here. We're just working out the tie down method. So you'll tie it that way at the front and then around the back as well. On each of the structural arms, there's pull down poles as well, which I assume you use if it gets very windy. And then on each of the arms as well, which is very cool, is lights. So Berto's just hooking them up now to test. So they've got a USB on the end. Plug each one in. You might have to power up the car to get power to it.
Yeah. You make them brighter, duller.
So you got like yellow ones for the bugs. That'll be very handy because it means once you pull the awning out, you've also got full light around your camp and under your awning as well, which is sick. But yeah, that's it. The Dashi 270-degree freestanding awning. Very stoked with that. Given the GU is built as a tough family tourer, a bigger 270-degree awning for lots of shade and wet weather protection makes the most sense. I don't want to bore you guys too long though with an awning install, so straight onto some new bar work we have for the GU from Razzler. I was on dad duties for a couple of days and left Demi and Berto in charge of filming and installing it.
So what do we have here, Demi?
We have the Razzler rear bar.
Razzler rear bar. It's got a jerry can holder and a swing away to suit a 35.
Sounds right.
Sounds right.
That sounds right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What do we have over here? We also have
sliders and
brush
front
bars.
scrubbies.
Yeah, scrubbies, brush bars, whatever you want to call them.
I'll call them that.
So why did we go Razzler?
Because we already had a Razzler bull bar, which we absolutely love.
And the fitment and just build quality on all this is really good. We figured we'll match it up. We'll match it up.
Which we should have done from the get-go.
From the get-go. The other setup didn't really match what we want to do with the car, did it?
No.
So this is more of a tourer with a bit of wheeling, and the bar work was more of an extreme. So we're gonna get a few shots. We'll get it on the car and we'll come back.
She's bloody heavy. Oh, which hand?
It's not my rebar.
It's so nice.
A nice tourer like the car is.
Tourer.
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 We need Tyler just here to hold the camera.
I know.
We can't talk shit.
We can't do it
We
all.
can't talk shit when we're stressing about everything. It looks so much better already.
That looks so much better.
Your car looks so much better already.
So we're just unpacking these. I reckon if I look for the thing, I'll find it straight away.
Oh yeah, probably, 100%.
Oh look,
Did you actually?
it's on the bench I said, so he doesn't look on the bench. Classic male.
I was looking, but my eyes were
They're
shut.
closed.
We finally got the instructions away. It says that I should probably install all the lights and fittings before it goes on. So it didn't take long to put on. I'm gonna pull it back off, do all that, refit it. 1 step forward, 6 steps back. Probably should have got the instructions to work first.
Probably. That's because you're not an influencer.
I am an influencer.
You're a micro-influencer.
Am I though?
Well, you said that they can't feel it, so.
No, I didn't say that.
Got him, boys. Go. Oh. Oh, look at that. Can I do the next one?
Yeah, 100%.
Wait, what do I do?
Yeah, pull up as hard as you can. Ooh.
Is that it?
Do it again. Yeah, you try doing it while holding a bar and kneeling. This thing's heavy.
Oh. That looks sick, hey? Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada bing. Next we are
Installing.
Next we are installing the wing braces. Which of them?
Do it again, without the arm.
What did I say again?
Next we're installing the wing braces with M8 fasteners.
Next we're going to install the...
It's hard, isn't it?
Okay. Next we're installing the wing braces with M8
The fasteners.
hardware.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
We're gonna tighten her up.
To make it fit.
Let's go. Don't know what's happened to me. It's gotten Tyler worthy.
What do you got all over your hand?
Grease.
You've been hanging out with a Smurf.
Why isn't it working like it used to?
Like that is made just for that.
Okay.
So you've got a stopper so it doesn't go too far.
Oh, the stopper, that's sick.
This is the cap for the top of it. Look at that. Billet, Razzler, make their own caps. Stop water getting in.
That's
Nice
so good.
O-ring seal.
Yep.
Boom. I swear it's getting harder. Look, I'll just come back to it tomorrow. We'll make Tyler do it. I'll just come back tomorrow after some wheat bix first thing in the morning.
This is the funniest thing I've seen ever.
Oh, genius.
How was that for you?
Time to hit the hay, I think. You got a beer?
Looks good, but
Day 2 in the shed, bar work, Razzler bar work. I've half wired up the rear bar. I'm waiting for some wire to come down. I've got to put the mud flaps on, I've got to put the exhaust back on. Other than that, all trailer plug, everything else is all wired up, lights are wired up, they're good. Second step, I've got rock sliders to put on. So these aren't just your plain tube sliders, they have a nice little infill, stop any sticks coming through and bashing your sill in. So I've got a whole bunch of little nuts and bolts. I'm going to get to putting these on, all on both of them, and then we'll put them on the car.
I'm excited for this one.
You're excited for them. These ones do look nice.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
So now we're just putting all the screws in.
Ooh.
And by we, I mean Nick.
It's just, there's every build on this channel, it's we, but it's me.
That's gonna look sick.
So,
What's next?
next step, I've mounted the sliders, loosely mounted the front bracket because the instructions say leave it loose. Next we got the brush bars, you know, they're sliding on, and
That
they
fits
send them to you a bit
perfect.
long. You have to cut them to make them fit how you like them.
What are you gonna cut it with?
We don't have a nice little drop saw, so maybe just an angle grinder.
That's gonna be fun.
Unless I just leave Todd to do it. Ask Tyler what he wants.
Let's text the boss.
I'll call the boss.
Put it on loudspeaker so people can hear the shit that we have to deal with.
What are you up to?
Feeding Zeph mango.
Oh yeah, true. Me and Demi were just chilling. I've got your driver side slider on, and I was putting the brush bar up here.
So basically, we're going to get Todd to cut the sliders because Berto's a bit iffy, and I need perfection. So.
That's it, all the new bar work done there from Razzler. Looks bloody awesome. Demi and Berto got it all installed, and Todd's come over and done their side scrubbies as well here, so they're all done now, but super stoked of how that's come together. Next modification we're doing, Berto and I now, who's behind the camera, we're heading to Goodyear, and we have some new wheels and tyres to install on the GU. We just turned up here at Goodyear Warhope. We'll head around the back and check out the new wheels and tyres. They're pretty busy here today, and I just rang last minute and asked if we'd come do it. Berto's gonna fit them all up anyway. He's a professional tyre fitter, and that way I can film it as we go. So he's already got to work getting the new wheels on the tyres. Now they are a 35 by 12.5 R17, so a full 35-inch tyre, and they are the new Goodyear Boulder mud terrains. And I've obviously had to go with a 17-inch rim to match, so we're going with a Dirty Life. It's a neg 12, which keeps it sort of near the guards, being I want to keep this car more like the legal one, you know, not a huge wide offset tyre. And they're a black wheel with a silver ring on them. I got those ones from Dynamic Wheel Co. So we've got all the rims on all the tyres, and then we can go around and start getting all out locking rings on them.
Mate, they're looking alright, aren't
They do look pretty sick.
they? I was a bit questioning them when on the internet, but you can never tell on the internet.
So Berto was a bit unsure whether these would look any good or not, and I was like, nah, I reckon they'll be pretty good. And now they're coming together, I reckon they're gonna look sick.
That's it.
They're gonna look sick, bro.
Insane in the membrane, mate.
So the wheel or rim itself is black, but then what I've done is I've gone with a machined alloy ring thing, because if you go a black one, as soon as it gets rock rash, it just takes all the powder coating off and looks like crap. And this just helps break it up a bit, so it gives you like a bit of a twin color, twin combo there, and I think it looks really good. And rather than getting all that chrome is very hard to maintain to look nice. It looks sick, but it's much more work. Black isn't a heap of work to keep looking nice.
You're a lazy owner, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't want to have to like clean and polish it all the time.
He wants all the rewards, but he wants none of the risk.
Yeah.
Hey, too easy, get your weight up when you see me. I'm a threat, please don't give me a reason. I'm a vet, yeah, I see through your decency. When I'm done, they gon' pick up the pieces. And you know we ain't losing this season.
We got all the rims fitted to the tyres.
Yeah,
We'll get them on the GU now, mate.
Up, mate. We're getting them on here.
I'm pumped, I'm keen.
What do you do with the railgun as soon as you get it? It's illegal if you don't.
You gotta
gotta
do
test it, mate.
a few zoomies.
It's a test ref.
So if we look at the other ones here, they're definitely come to the end of their life. They're pretty down there.
What's happened here, mate?
The old ones I had a 31575 R16, so like a 34.6. These new ones are a true 35, and the reason I've gone that is because then I have the exact same size across all my cars. The 80 series, or Demi's 80 series, the GU, they all have a 35 by 12.5 R17, which means they can all share tyres on trips. Like if anything happens, we're just carrying the exact tyre and rim across the range.
What size are they?
35 by 12.5.
Aren't they a big 33?
For 17.
Aren't they a big 33?
No, mate, this car's engineered for 35, so we're good.
It's a big 33, mate. My car's got big 33.
Yeah. Make sure you torque up your wheels, mate. What do you do them to?
122 newton meters, mate. What do we do that for? So they don't come off. So when they come off, stuff breaks.
Yep.
And we don't like stuff breaking.
No. And you don't want to just send them to the moon with the rattle gun either.
Snap the studs off, no good.
That's all four fitted up. Exact same tyres I have on the GQ, as I said earlier, the Goodyear Boulders 35, and absolutely love them on that car. They've so much grip on the tracks, have been going really well, so logical choice to go the exact same ones for the GU, but yeah, they look sick with these new wheels, definitely better than the old setup. I've also got some special valve caps to go on. A guy sent these to me, Deluxe Valves, I believe he's called. I'll pop his Instagram up, but he custom makes valve caps, whatever you want, which is super cool. So he sent me out a few for our different vehicles. For this, I just got Nissan branded ones. So it's got a little Nissan sticker on it, just a nice little touch to add to these fresh wheels and tyres. Back from Goodyear, back at the shed. Next modification we're doing to the GU, and I'm very, very excited about this one, is we're upgrading the shocks. So we're going to the biggest, the best that Superior Engineering have, which is their 2.5 remote res shocks. So I did have the 2.0s on there, which they were really good as well. But on our last trip, our Victorian High Country one, the back right one copped a big rock. You just got a rock jammed. What's it on? Bent the shaft, dropped all the oil, and so that shock was stuffed.
And I've been wanting to try the 2.5s for a while now, so I was like, well, I've stuffed one shock. This is a sign to get myself an upgrade, get the new ones. So these have adjustability for is it up and down travel? I think you can adjust them. Birdo's behind the camera.
They have compression and like damping.
Yeah, so they've got heaps more adjustability than the 2.0s. Because they're a bigger shock, they have more oil, more cooling capacity. And from everything I've been told, talking to people that run them, these do just handle like much better off-road.
Especially when it's a big heavy car and you tow a camper trailer.
Yeah, which is another thing is like, this is a 3-ton car and then you put a 1.5 ton camper trailer and you got 4.5 ton. Like, you want good quality shocks to handle what's going on. So Josh from Wireside, we'll do shout outs for hoists. If you need any electrical work done, Josh is the man, because he's lent us our hoist today, so Berto wasn't struggling on the ground for 3-4 hours
Give me a hoist.
You said you're not doing it without a hoist.
I'm putting my foot down.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll get his car up on the hoist and we'll get to whacking these in. The shocks do come in a front and a rear, and in the rear they're a left and a right. So they valve them at Superior. So we got heavy valving because it's a heavy car, and then they would valve them according to, like, a Patrol obviously has more weight on one side than the other, so they'd valve them according to that as well. So they set them up really well for you. And then you can get them revalved, readjusted if you need down the track, if you're changing the setup in your vehicle. Also, one other thing is these are their 5-inch lift shocks, so they're the longest travel you can get for the 2.5s. This is the one down the back that got all busted up, so you can see there the bent that.
That's bent up and that's gone up, and it's bent.
Said see you later. So any normal person would have just thought, oh, I'll just replace that shock, but I said, nah, we'll go.
Well, it's been a spoken about topic for a while. This thing's always needed a bigger shock.
Yeah.
And this is the time to do it.
This is the opportunity.
Tyler's like, nah, I don't really want to spend money, and I'm like, hey, let's just do it properly for us. Yeah. He's saying, okay, well, my car is once you do something properly the first time, so he's like, I want a piece of that.
I want to be able to keep up with you, mate. Hey, well, this is one of your expertise. Suspension installs on Patrols.
Yeah, mate, don't hit me up in my DMs, but I'm a busy man. The back's done. Onto the front.
That's them, all done. The new Superior Engineering 2.5 remote res shocks in. Very keen to test these out off-road on our next trip. So it's coming up 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, so we are going to finish up there, but we will be back Monday. The next job we are doing is we're putting some new gauges in the GU. Gauges for the GU. So we're going with JRP, or Just Race Part gauges. Did have the SAS gauges in the GU, which you may have seen us install 12 months ago. When we installed them, a heap of people said, they're not very good gauges. I said, oh, we'll see how they go, we'll give them a run. We did. They're broken. They're not very good.
They didn't go very good, did they?
No, they didn't go very good. They're up, they're down, they're all over the place. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So, upgrade. We've got a water temp and a trans temp. Won't need boost, because this car's not turboed. Don't need EGTs, because it's not diesel. The only other one you could get is oil pressure, but TB48, they're pretty reliable, you know. You don't be too worried about that. It's got the factory oil gauge anyway. But yeah, you definitely want to keep an eye on the auto temp on these things, especially if you're towing, running bigger tyres. You will cook the auto. So I've always been meaning to get one. We haven't cooked the auto yet, but I really want to keep an eye on it. And then yeah, just your temp as well. This thing has got hot before when you're stressing it, towing it on the beach and not driving it accordingly. So they're 52mm gauge, tempered glass. They got like a two-phase warning system thing.
Yeah, it's got like you're getting up there beep, and then oi, get off it beep.
Yeah, I think something's about to blow. So anyways, we'll show them once they're in, but we will get to installing them now. Going to start with the water temp. What do we got in the box, mate?
Mate, we've got a gauge, a sensor. There's a daisy chain, so you can wire one and then hook a second one up to it without rewiring it. We have sensor wiring, so for the other half of that into the cab. And then we've got the main power wire. And then we also have the, you can run this up in the cab and you can change the settings as you're going.
So what's the plan to get this installed?
The plan to get this installed is, so I can start two ways. I'm probably going to start, I'll undo the pillar pod, see what wiring's already up there. I'll bring my multimeter so I'll be able to see what power is what. I should be able to use the original wiring up to it and then just tee in, boom, and then I've got to run all the sensors. Be there.
Ultimate 9 torch getting the job done.
Be there, be square, mate. We've just got the water sensor installed into the top hose. Now we're trying to get the sensor installed into the transmission. So they don't have a dedicated spot on the trans. So I've pulled a banjo bolt out of the feed, so it's going to be the hot side. And then I'm going to drill and tap. So this will go in line and get a temperature of the transmission. See how these new drill bits go, yours, eh?
Who bought them? Some good bloke went to Bunnings the other day and bought some new drill bits.
Someone say he's full bore, mate.
He's cut full bore, mate.
They're not SP, so I'm a bit concerned about it.
Run us through your thinking here. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get it in the f***ing centre.
You work out the circumference, diameter, radius, and divide it by the square root of pi.
I'm not doing that.
That'll be her.
I'm not doing that.
You need Pythagoras' theorem.
No, I'm not doing it. It's probably not right, but it's going to be close.
Yeah.
If it's wrong, it's not my car.
It's going to be your problem.
Why is it going to be my problem?
You're
You'll be
the-
stuck here, I'll be driving home, you won't be. Call Demi, come get me. It's pretty hard, this thing, mate. I thought these were good drill bits.
Don't you be going full bore on
Mate,
that?
I've got f***ing cutting compound on there, mate.
Mate, it doesn't mean you go full speed.
Mate, how much are these drill bits? $3?
We got there eventually, first hole through. Now we'll build our way up, because that's a pretty hard bloody bolt, up to this is the size we eventually need, and then we can tap it. The hole's drilled. Now we'll run the tap through it, which will allow us to put that. That's what's going in it, yeah?
Yeah, correct.
That one can thread in, and then we can run our line, and that's our transmission temp sensor. Autos are one of those things you really do want to keep an eye on. They don't like heat. We've been pretty lucky with this car so far. Haven't had any auto dramas. We did an oil change recently. It was all very nice, but we drive it very accordingly. Because you've got to remember, a car like this, from factory, was meant for what, like 32-inch tyres? 31, and not huge weight and stuff. So once you put big tyres equals heat, lots of weight equals heat, driving them off-road hard equals heat. So this is a very, very important mod
Yeah, it is.
that I should have done a long time ago,
Mate.
but we're here now.
What have you been doing with your life?
Better late than never.
Not much.
Yeah, not much.
So, what we've done, drilled and tapped that bolt, sealed it, screwed it back in, we've just started the car, there's no leaks. So now I need to run the wire from that sensor through the floor. There's already a grommet with a wire through it. I'm going to poke this straight through, pull him out, done.
That's your famous snap-on tool from the 80 build episode that everyone loved.
Everyone, you should get one.
Yeah, until they see the price tag.
Yeah, they're not cheap. But if you're doing it,
All the time.
it pays for itself.
Both the wires are running to the cap now, so you got your water one in from the engine bay and your transmission one in through that grommet up to here.
So they use a little daisy chain one where you go from one to the other one and then it gives both power. So you don't have to wire two gauges. Beautiful. And then we also have to run the settings on the go. So these have a button on the back of the gauge, but if you don't want to pull your gauges and everything back out, have this somewhere you can press it. Easy access.
Change the settings. There's a pretty handy little feature on them.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
And I do really like the gauges where they link it up. So
Yeah.
you don't have to like power and wire all of them, just
You-
one,
you
and then
don't
the
need-
rest get it.
That's right.
That's what you want, mate.
That's what we want, that's what we got. We're going to see if the smoke comes out or if I got it right.
Oh, look at that. A much nicer looking gauge than the one I had. That's the gauges all done and installed. Absolutely beautiful looking gauge. Very happy with how they came out. Got them set up on pink, rose gold, because Demi normally drives this car and she's not that big of a fan of gauges. But once I show her they go pink, I know she's absolutely going to love them. But you can set them whatever colour you want. They got a whole range of colours. You don't have to run pink. I am back home now, so I took them for a test drive and made sure they all work well. Water temp's just good. I've got a factory water temp, but it's good to have a digital one there and you can have more detail on it. The factory one doesn't really move much. By the time it moves, you're pretty much at like 110, 120 degrees. And then the trans temp, I don't have anything monitoring the trans temp. So that, as I said, it's been something I want to get and do for a long time. And it's cool because I can see it rise and lower as I'm driving, and you can adjust your driving style to, you know, keep your trans running cooler and smoother. You can change the brightness level on them as well. The coolest thing though, which I tested on the way home, is the color pre-warn system. So how it works is we've got them set at pink all the time, but then I can't remember what we set it at. I'm pretty sure the water temp we set at like 90 or 95. So when it hits that, the gauge will turn orange. So you can sort of see out the corner, like, oh, temp's going up a bit. And then you'll set it either higher, so I think we might have set it for 100 or 105, it'll go red, and red's like, you know, watch out, your temps are getting high, and it'll beep at you too, and then you can back right off. So it's a really good way to do it with that, you know, changing colours as it gets higher and higher. On the actual gauge themselves, you've got a digital number, it says what it's monitoring, and then you've got a analog one around the side. Because I'm just sitting here, the car's cooled down, they're both back down to fairly low now. So yeah, if you are in the market for some new gauges, they're the Just Race Parts one, and they do seem to be a very good gauge. They're going to finish up that episode there though. More mods done to the GU. We do still have more things to go that we're working through, sort of building it up for big 2024 year and some of the trips we have coming up. It's one of those things, I thought this car was done 18 months ago, but it's not. It's just forever changing setup styles, trying new things to suit what we do and suit what we have coming up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see everyone in the next episode. Anything that you think we should do to this, let me know.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but it is what it is, you know. In the last couple of years, my patrol. In the last couple of years, my patrol has been through.
Yeah, that's right. Should have gave us all the f***ing sentence, Tyler, you bastard.
Literally, you want us to do slow mo? You got to tell us what to go back to.
It's on.
Bing, da boom, bada bang, bada bong. Oh, that's coming out of your pay. The face you just
No,
did
it's
there.
not. You're a trickster, are you?
Yeah.
What do you think about this, mate? It looks a bit too flash for something you own, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, it does. This car's going to be too nice at the rate we're going. There's these fancy wheels, fancy shocks.
If you are worried, I don't have a problem installing the stuff on my car where it probably looks better.
Yeah, you'll take it off my hands for me.
Yeah.
You need all the help you can get on our trips, mate.
Mate,
All the amount of winching you did recently.
mate,
If you had some good shocks, you might actually be able to drive something.
mate. If my tyres weren't balls, I had a good spot, I'll be set.
Well, the viewers are just going to have to wait and see, because I think next trip you're going to have a brand new set.
Then I'm going to smoke you again, like Coughs 2.0.